Awkward lady. Hey everyone, welcome to the Package Group's weekly retrospective for February 6th. It is the 6th, right? I got the date wrong the last time and I'm all like
It
touchy
is.
about it now. Thanks. Yes. So kicking off with what went not so well will be Steve. How about you, Steve?
This week, I didn't end up having any time at all to watch uh, last week's or this week's Rails performance videos or do any of the reading, which was kind of a disappointment because I'd like to find some time to do that. And then I've been kind of going with the strategy for the last week or two of whenever I have some downtime, I try to find something small and to work on and create an MR. But that's also led to me having a lot of MRs in progress, which all the feedback seems to come in waves and causes me to have a few days throughout the week where I don't quite catch up with everything because everything kind of all comes at once. Nick?
Yeah, okay. So for me, I spent a lot of time this week fiddling with the skeleton loaders for the package list. The skeleton loaders just are not that much fun to program. It feels like it's all the old school like front end where you make some changes and you're hitting refresh and then all of a sudden you change like the resolution of the browser and then the loader just doesn't do what you want it to do and the scale is off, and it just felt like a really like front end development was 10 years ago. But I mean, I managed to get it done in the end. It just wasn't as much fun. Over to Ian.
So this week I felt really bogged down in just the process and paperwork. And the release of this new quarter, UX has done a lot of work of laying out process for validation, problem validation, solution validation. I kind of feel like I spent more of my time this week filling out paperwork than actually accomplishing anything. And that was just really frustrating. So excited. Over to Gigi.
Probably want to unmute though, Gigi.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I feel like I'm jet lagged and forgetting to unmute myself, and I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But I still managed to do some work during the week in between the flights, which was pretty good. And the other sad news was about the registry MR that I was working on. We found out it was too slow. On the worst case, the test that João did was like 82 times slower than the regular request. So that was a bummer. I don't think we're gonna be able to use that merge request. Back to Nico.
Yeah, so contribute got canceled this week and I was really excited about it and I felt bummed the full week. I wanted to meet everybody, and generally when you are super excited about something and get canceled is not the best. Plus I already missed one because I was doing the hiring process during New Orleans one. So this is the second in a row. Okay, and the other thing is that there was a security issue slip up, I think, plus with the no deploying area due to contribute. And so we skipped one round of deployment or .staging and .com, and I wasn't able to test, to execute the test plan for the new container registry. And so it's late to the next week. And over to David.
So for this week on the bad news, I got to work on an issue that seemed to be really simple. Yeah, that's just a few lines change, but nope, it was more involved than that, and I had to dig the whole code around the uploads. And I will put the link in my comment. Over to Heli.
Yeah, so we got the, we have a big test repository set up for GCS to test garbage collection, and that's revealing some issues, which is always a little frustrating. Just there's certain things that come out of the woodwork when you have heavy load. On to Dan.
Yeah, so took a while to get some of my priorities taken care of this week, which was frustrating. Some conversations we're having more generally around a GitLab have been challenging for me. I think it's our team works a certain way and seems to be working really well, which is in the what went well section below. But those have been a little bit difficult to try and make sure I'm asking good questions and adding value to those types of conversations. Didn't get the feedback I was hoping for on engineering manager behaviors from directors, so I'm going to kind of have to go back and approach that differently. And then the composer support for the community contribution seems to be running into some issues, which is understandable. It's a big priority for us, but it's been going on for a while, and I understand that the community contributors are a little frustrated with some of the things that are going on. So I really appreciate Gigi working hard on that. But that's it for me. Over to João.
So this week, actually yesterday and today, we found out that it's not feasible to release the feature to distinguish between Docker and Elm images because of performance constraints. So the route to list tag is already the slowest one, and we can't make it much worse than that. So that we'll have to wait for the metadata database. And on to Tim, which is not around, so I'll read for him. I felt a bit sluggish this week and did not get as much done as I would have hoped. Also, the duplication of work for creating a research issue is a bit frustrating. Ian, do you want to vocalize your comments? Actually not, sorry, I was reading the wrong section. On to then again.
I think we're on to the what went well.
Yeah.
So I'll start that with, so after some investigation and the help of some others in the development team, I was finally able to uncover the root cause of a security issue that I've been stuck on for quite a while. And I had a great conversation with David yesterday about file uploads, specifically package file uploads. And now I feel that I understand that system a bit better. Over to Nick.
Yeah, so for me, I felt that I had a really good week this week. Just nothing specific that made it a good week. I just woke up today thinking I've just smashed this week. I've really enjoyed it. So just wanted to throw that out there. There's also, I had 2 more back-end MRs merged this week. They were only little things, but one of them opens up some nice front-end work that we can add to the package list. And the other one was just a small bug fix. So happy to see those go in. And next one is that it seems that we can move forward with the container registry icon issue. So this is like just a really small issue, just to add an icon on the projects list page if the project has any container repositories. And I don't know, it's really small, but I think it's a really nice feature. So I'm excited to move that forward and get that in. Ian, you're next.
This week we had the UX showcase, and I had an opportunity to show off how we looked at the retention and expiration policies for the container registry, where it came from, all the data we talked about, as well as the first iteration, the rollout, and our future plans. It went really well. A lot of people followed up with me about questions of how we did it and stuff like that. So it's always a good sign of success. And then this week, research, I got it all prepped and ready. So next week, research is going to start moving really quickly. I'm excited to talk to some users about how they feel about all the changes we've made recently, which is always really exciting, as well as get some validation. One thing we might be doing is spearheading an async research unmoderated test, which nobody at GitLab has done before, but sounds very GitLab-y. So I'm pretty excited to kick that off. Over to Gigi.
I got the package sorting MR merged this week, which was the final one. Luckily, it's the last one, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. And back to Nico.
So Another week, another proof of concept. Lazy loading the container registry tags. In the document, there is a link to the issue where discussed what needs to be done to make this happen, and an MR with the POC level code. So no test, the code is a bit clunky, but still 60–70% reusable to build the real deal. And then it also seems that we have unblocked several work on the front end for the container registry, and I'm really excited to work on those. And over to 80.
Yeah, so the good news is that garbage collection with GCS, the larger repository, is revealing some issues, and we have more time to deal with them than we did last time. So, yeah, I'm glad that we caught these now. I'm glad that we caught them at all. So, over to Dan.
Thanks, Natalie. Gigi's here. Yay! It's pretty
I'm
awesome
here.
that Gigi is normally not in our time zone very much, but Gigi gets to be part of the meetings and actually without having the APAC meetings that we do separately. So I'm really glad that you're able to participate and the few sync meetings we actually do, Gigi. So thank you, and this is great.
Now you have to stand me for the next 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point though, right? That's why we're a team. But anyway, finally got through coming up with a draft of the measure of success for the team. And I really appreciate getting feedback from the team. I've shared that already in our sync meeting for Monday, and I shared it in the channel, I think. So if people would give me feedback, it'd be awesome. I'll put a link here in a second in the agenda document. And then we're getting great results for the team, and people are working well, which is to say that great job. Can you mute Gigi, please? The camera seems focused on you, so that means that your video will be on the screen while it's recording. Thanks. Over to you, David.
So we got the npm request forward feature merged this week, and it's currently enabled on deployed and enabled on staging, and it works quite well. So basically, it's when a package is not on GitLab, the request will be redirected to npmjs.org. So it's well, it's an interesting feature. Over to Joao.
So this week we have released the initial proposal for the registry database schema, which is important because everything basically depends on this getting done right now. So it's there up for comments, and we are going to iterate on it and reach a final version, hopefully next week. That's all.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to stop the recording. If people want to hang around, have a bit of a social chat, that's cool for the time we have available. And if you don't, that's cool as well. Just want to say thank you, everyone that's followed along at home. And I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day, whatever that looks like, and perhaps their weekend if they would like to enjoy it. So, bye.